Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know where we are today?
We're in Proverbs.
We sure as fuck are.
We are, I think, back into the second Solomonic collection.
We are. Good job.
Yeah. I try to pay better attention these days, you know?
Yeah.
If you go back to our early podcast, I didn't have a clue what the fuck was going on.
You did not. You were like, I don't even know what book we're in. Shit, man.
I had a lot of shit going on. Not that I don't now. Not that I don't now.
It was still new.
It was still new. And I wasn't really sure where we were going with everything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Before we get into anything else, though, we have something to announce. We have a new patron.
Hello, new patron.
And our new patron's name is Joey. And they've got a comic that they created. Sorry, I'll have to cut some of that out in the, but they have a comic that they created. I will share the link in our show notes. Definitely want you to check it out. But thank you so much for supporting us, Joey. It is really amazing. We love having our new patrons come on and join us and love chatting with you and finding out what you're doing and how you found out about us. So thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Joey. We are immensely grateful for your assistance.
Yes, definitely. And that being said, if you are not a patron, you can go be awesome like Joey.
Be Gobi.
Yeah, be Gobi. I don't know. Go be awesome like Joey by going to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and signing up for as low as $2 a month and supporting us there.
Thank you so much, Joey.
Now that we struggled getting through that, because my brain hurts today, apparently.
Your brain's not good.
It's not good today.
No.
What are we doing today?
Today we are, as you said, continuing with the second Solomonic Proverbs. We are in chapter 26.
Okay, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, as you said in the intro, we are in the second Solomonic Proverbs.
Yes.
We are jumping into chapter 26.
Okay.
Here we go. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll be.
Solomon. He's so fine. He's so wise.
Is he?
No.
Okay.
Like snow in summer or rain in harvest, honor is not fitting for a fool.
Okay.
I don't get that. That sounds like bad phrasing because I think a fool can be
honorable. Yeah, I think that's true. And we were just reading in our book club the other day. Yesterday, sorry. Mm-hmm. Where they, even the rabbis and stuff were appreciative of fools sometimes because it doesn't mean that you're not honorable.
Right.
It just means you're foolish, or
right.
whatever.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah. Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an undeserved curse does not come to rest.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an undeserved curse does not come to rest.
I guess I can see that. I mean, if you're cursing at me undeservedly, I'm definitely not going to let that rest. I don't know. I think that's how I'm choosing to take it, though.
I don't think they're talking about cursing. I think they're talking about laying a curse on somebody.
Well, yeah, if you curse me unduly, then I'm going to fucking be pissed. And I am not going to let that shit rest. Either way, it ain't resting.
Oh, okay. I wasn't following that.
Okay.
Pass. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the backs of fools. That's
damn.
So abusive.
It is. That's just fucking assholes. Let's beat those fools, right?
Beat the horse, lock up the donkey, and then beat the fool.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no. Let's not do that.
I don't care for that at all.
No.
Do not answer a fool. This whole thing is about fools, and I'm not happy about it.
Well, it's good timing. We were just reading about fools in the book club.
I know.
So this is perfect timing,
It is perfect timing. I don't care for it. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be just like him. That's like that argument that if you get down in the dirt with pigs, then you're a pig too.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell them apart.
I mean, there is some merit to that. I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell you just from being on Twitter that there's some merit to that.
Yeah.
And I am guilty of going down in the weeds with some of them.
You are.
So,
and then you bring it to me and I'm just staring at you like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, it's bad.
What are you doing?
It's bad.
Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. So it's saying don't get down in the dirt with the pigs, and then it's saying, but do though.
Right. Well, I mean, this book specifically is not known for its correctness.
No.
The Bible, that is.
That's what I'm saying. But it literally says in one verse,
well, yeah,
don't get down in the dirt with the pigs. And then in the very next one, it says, but do though.
How long do you want them to fucking wait to contradict themselves? I mean, do they have to wait 2 or 3 sentences?
They normally.
What's your problem here? They need to contradict themselves immediately, or else it's just not fun.
Well, I guess. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found it irritating.
Okay.
Sending a message by the hands of a fool is like cutting off one's feet or drinking poison.
Okay. Because I guess the fool will not deliver it correctly or something.
It's an unreliable narrator.
You're screwing yourself by sending the fool with the message?
Sure.
All right. I don't, whatever. Just maybe it's your fault. Maybe you didn't write it down well enough.
I was going to say, maybe you should just write it down.
Right.
And then you don't have to trust the fool to remember it.
All you got to have them do is deliver a piece of paper. If they can't do that, that's more than foolishness. That's ineptness.
Then you're the foolishness. You're the fool.
Right, yeah.
For having given somebody inept a message.
Right.
Yeah. Like the useless legs of one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Ooh, I like that one.
What now?
Like the useless legs of one who is lame.
Yeah.
So you've got like this extra part that's just hanging there because you can't use it.
Yeah.
Is a proverb in the mouth of a fool.
Oh, this is what people would use to describe us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it.
That are religious, that is.
Yeah,
so.
I like it. Like tying a stone in a sling is the giving of honor to a fool. Again, I disagree.
Yeah.
They're applying malice to somebody who is not necessarily malicious, is maybe just not all there.
Right. And I can, people that are not fully, like a fool, right? Let's just go with their wording, right?
Simpleton or whatever.
I would imagine that, they tend to, if you're getting beat by people for being foolish, they probably fight back occasionally. I might too. If I was getting beat for being who I am, I might be like, fuck you. I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool.
Well, they really are laying this thick on about the Proverbs in the mouth of fools here.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, somebody's going to read these someday and they're going to call us stupid. We better call them stupid right back.
Or first.
Yeah.
We're calling them stupid first. Nope, you can't call me stupid because I already
we already did it. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
How can you argue with that?
Did you read Proverbs chapter 26?
Right.
They talked all about stupid people.
Yeah.
So there.
And you are stupid for saying what you're saying. So you obviously, we've already covered this. So
winning. #winning. Like an archer who wounds at random is one who hires a fool or any passerby. Oh my God.
I'm just imagining an archer sitting there shooting people at random. Like that. It's an interesting image in my head. That's all. Okay. So
just an archer.
It's cartoonish, I guess.
An archer randomly shooting off arrows into the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like in like those spaghetti westerns where a cowboy just shoots his gun into the air willy-nilly, like wow, 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 and
right.
Just randomly hits people.
I always wonder where those bullets come down,
Sometimes in people.
Has anybody ever been struck by a wayward shot in the air bullet? Because people do shoot guns in the air sometimes. So, surely there's been a freak accident where somebody got hit by a falling bullet that somebody shot into the air.
That sounds like a name of a book, Falling Bullets.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost reread
You forgot
that
where
again.
Yeah.
As a dog returns to its vomit, so fools repeat their folly.
Oh, that is gross.
That is not a good
I don't.
image. I don't care for that.
I mean, dogs also eat shit sometimes. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And so fools repeat their folly.
Yeah,
As a
I
dog eats
guess.
its own shit, so
But
fools repeat their
it's
folly.
just so mean to compare
know.
a person to a dog eating vomit.
Yeah.
That's really mean.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair even.
No, it's not.
I don't like most fools. Okay, look, if I was to call somebody foolish, I mean, if I know what I would think of someone that they would be calling a fool,
mm-hmm.
they're not doing it on purpose. They're not mean. They're not malicious.
Right.
You know, like it's just part of their who they are, right? And so they're not. You can't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me backtrack here a second. So we are in our book club, Sacrilegious book club. We are reading about fools. Like that's a whole huge section that we're on.
Right.
But it did start out with people who are fools that are like tricksy, like funny tricksy people.
Yeah, right.
And so maybe that's what they mean. Like they're not referring necessarily to simple people. They're referring to the more
tricksy people.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they mean.
I guess. But even still.
Right.
That's still it's a bad. I just don't like the comparison.
I don't either.
And they beat these people apparently too.
I know.
So fuck you, kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck you a lot, actually, not just kind of.
Right.
Do you see a person wise in their own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for them.
But I thought that they said earlier that a foolish person thought that they were wise in their own eyes.
Right.
So there's more hope. It, again, kind of contradicts what they're saying a little bit because apparently the fool can be both of those people. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't really know.
I don't really understand that one, honestly. Pass.
Well, no, they were saying earlier, like the foolish person, if you argue with them, they'll see that they were correct or they were wise in their own eyes. They'll think of themselves as wise.
Right.
Right? But now they're saying that person is better than the fool. So apparently that person earlier wasn't the fool.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, like I said, pass.
Right.
A sluggard says, "There's a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets."
Okay. Wait, what?
A sluggard says, "There's a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets."
Okay.
I don't know why he says that.
I mean, I would imagine that if anybody saw a lion in the streets, that anybody would say that. But maybe they're saying it because the sluggard doesn't want to go out and do things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that's their excuse for not going out and do things, I guess.
I have to believe that there's something more here that I'm not getting in this particular verse.
Possibly.
Like, why is it the sluggard that says it?
Yeah, well, that's why I was changing my tune and saying that it might be because it's their excuse for not going out, or doing whatever. For not doing work? Yeah. Or not fighting the lion instead of... Either or, I don't know. Running back to town and telling people about it. Well, I ain't fighting no fucking lion, so... I ain't either. So, I mean, I'm going to get a professional lion fighter. Right. To do that. Who's got experience lion fighting? You? Okay, do you got anybody else? Because, I mean, just one person doesn't sound like a good idea, so... Unless you got a gun or an arrow. Right. But back then they just had arrows, and I don't know about you, but if all I had was an arrow, I'm going to get somebody else at least. I'm not signing up for fighting the lion. Yeah, no. Now, let me ask you this. So, me and you are walking down the street, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lion. Were we there just walking down the street? There we were, just walking down the street. And we were also singing doo-wah-diddy, diddy, dum, diddy, I figured that would be the case. Yeah. So there we were, right? Uh-huh. And here we come, walking down the street, right? Get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Yeah. Because we're monkeys, right? Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, yeah. We're the monkeys. Right. Yeah. So there, I sing 2 songs now. Yeah. Where we're walking down the street, okay? Right. Mm-hmm. And there's a lion. There's a lion. Holy shit. It's just looking at us, right? It's just sitting there looking at its paws, and it's like, fuck what? Right the fuck off. So what do you do? Run like a motherfucker. Do you leave me? You always leave me. You always leave. Every time there's bees, you run away. You leave me. Well, I mean, it's fight or flight mode, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't... All I could do by standing in front of you for the lion is die for you. Okay, there's a proverb that's not in Proverbs yet. I figure this is an equal world. Maybe you could die for me, maybe. Okay, so anyway, there's a proverb... Fuck off. There's a proverb that goes, you don't have to run faster than the
fill in the blank. You just have to run faster than the slowest person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So fuck you for that. Because even in good shape, you probably still ran faster than me.
I don't know about that. You were in track.
That's true.
I was not.
But still, you were in soccer.
I was, but I played fullback, which doesn't require running as much.
Oh my god. And here it is. But still.
Okay.
So you're leaving me to the lions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because you're an asshole.
I am.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, as long as we're like, that wasn't said with judgment. That's just.
I mean,
I just want to make sure it's on the record. You are leaving me to the lions, and you're an asshole.
I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you, so maybe I have a little bit, more time than you. So
oh my God, are you kidding me?
You're making a judgment call.
No, now you're making excuses. Absolutely not, sir. Absolutely not. I'm a mother.
Right. That's true. I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
And you know what? Here's the thing. If Kid was with us, you wouldn't run away. You would protect Kid, but not me. You would. Oh my God, you would. I hate you so much.
Well, I'm just saying.
Why would you protect Kid, but not me?
Maybe I'm running to go find a really sharp stick.
You aren't.
Come back
you're running away. I've seen you run from the bees. You're not running.
Bees are different.
You're
bees are
running
terrifying.
away.
No, that bees are terrifying. And there's nothing you can do to fight those fuckers. So what else are you supposed to do but run?
You run away.
I'm just saying.
You don't run to...
Lions might be... I've never encountered a fucking lion in the street. I don't know what I would do.
Fucking lion.
Yeah.
A lion fucking or otherwise.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. I'm not happy about that. As a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns on its bed. I mean, seriously? Why are you laughing so much?
Because I'm just like, they're comparing a sluggard to a hinged door. Like, I think I don't know.
They've run out of analogies.
That's really just, yeah.
Like,
it's bad. It's really bad.
Like sands through the hourglass, these are the sluggards of our lives. A sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth.
Yeah. I guess.
Ain't nobody that lazy.
No one's that fucking lazy.
I
had to roll that one over my brain a little bit. I'm like, really? What?
Nah. Ain't nobody that lazy.
No.
You put your hand in that dish, you are bringing that hand up to your mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
A sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 people who enter discreetly. What?
Oh, so wait. Sluggards are supposed to be lazy people, not loud people.
Right.
So what are they? Maybe they don't even know what a sluggard is. I think a sluggard in this book just attributes it's anybody that they don't like that they deem as a little bit lazy.
Because they went from fool to sluggard like snap,
right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So I think that they're saying fools and sluggards are the same.
You think?
Yeah. Like, I don't like you, so you're a fool and a sluggard and a piece of shit. Right? Like, that's the next progression here.
Right.
Like, one who grabs a stray dog by the ears is someone who rushes into quarrel not their own.
Okay. I mean, you're asking... So, I think what they're getting at there is you're asking to be bit, because, grabbing a stray dog by the ears is really dumb.
You should grab it by the
scruff is a lot better, but even then, why would you fuck around with a stray dog unless you really, really had to?
Much like the lion, you should run away.
Right, yeah.
Like a maniac shooting flaming arrows of death is one who deceives their neighbor and says, I was only joking.
Wait, a maniac shooting flaming arrows of death is the same as someone saying they're only joking to their neighbor?
Well, yeah.
No, fuck you. The flaming arrows of death are much worse. Fuck that.
But what they're saying is somebody who's like an asshole and then tacks on a winky face. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, I get... Okay, look.
It's an analogy.
I can appreciate that that's bad, but it comes nowhere near flaming arrows of death.
Okay, true. But it's in the same boat of you're an asshole.
It is not even in the same fucking cruise liner. Flaming arrows of death? Fuck you. That's so fucking much worse. No.
No?
No.
All right.
I refuse to accept that.
But I do hate those people that they say a bunch of shit and then they tack on a winky face.
I agree, but I will deal with that every day forever before I deal with flaming arrows of death. Just fuck you on that. I'm sorry. No.
Okay. Now we know where you stand. Without wood, a fire goes out. Without gossip, a quarrel dies down.
Okay, I mean, the wood and the fire definitely is true.
It doesn't
Without
take a gossip.
gossip?
It doesn't take a gossip to keep a quarrel alive.
No, fists can do it just as well. So
I mean, when I'm in an argument with somebody, it doesn't take the gossip to keep it going. It takes me and the person that I'm arguing with.
yeah.
You know?
I would say you're in a long-term quarrel right now with someone, and you don't even. There is no gossip.
There is no gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just long-term quarreling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there.
Yep.
As charcoal to embers and as wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome person for kindling strife.
So I guess if you're a quarrelsome person, you're going to quarrel. Quarreler's going to quarrel.
Quarreler's going to quarrel.
Yep. Ember's going to ember.
Yep.
You know?
They going to start some shit.
Right.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them going to start something.
Right.
The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts.
The words of a gossip?
They're like choice morsels.
They're making it sound like such a good thing.
It is. It's
but
delicious.
They don't like gossips in here, so I know that's not meant that way.
But I've said before that I love gossiping.
Sure.
And I think most people do. And I think that it is silly for us to be like, I would never, and people who gossip and like pretending that, you know, you're all high and mighty. I think we should all just admit, no, we all gossip and we all like it.
Sure.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Particularly when it's like celebrity gossip. Oh my God, I love
Well, that's why they have, there's whole fucking magazines and TV shows built for that. So, yeah. I mean, obviously it's popular.
Yep. I love talking trash.
Right.
And I'm not ashamed of it either.
Yeah.
Like a coating of silver. Oh, wait, let me try that again. Like a coating of silver dross on earthenware are fervent lips with an evil heart.
Come again?
Oh,
Come
okay,
again?
Okay. Yeah, you will. That's what this is all about. Like a coating of silver dross on earthenware are fervent lips with an evil heart. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Sure is.
That's what they're saying.
Got it. I get it. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Yeah. I guess.
It's okay. Like you put silver on this earthenware.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. You're still earthware.
Yeah. You can dress it up, but it's still what it is.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you can coat a Dixie cup in silver and still a Dixie cup.
Yeah.
Right?
That is true.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still good.
And just on the plus side, just because you paint it red doesn't mean it's a solo cup.
Right. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts, they harbor deceit.
Yeah. I mean, most people are not going to admit to their enemies that they hate them right up. Like, that's not a thing you generally do.
Okay, but you know what? Like, okay, so one time I was in conversation with my ex's wife.
Okay.
And she had just recently dropped a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And so I did tell her, I was like, okay, I have to stop our argument for just a minute. And I just have to say, you look really good. Like, you clearly dropped a bunch of weight. You look great.
Yeah.
And she, like, her face lit up and she was like, thank you. So, I mean, and I wasn't being shitty when I said that. I was just like,
yeah,
I can't deny this. You just dropped like 50 pounds.
Right.
You look excellent.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a fact, you know?
Sure.
I couldn't even not say it. So I wasn't harboring deceit, but I was definitely an enemy. And I wasn't disguising myself with my lips. We still hated each other.
Sure.
You can compliment your enemy.
Yeah, as long as you're honest about it. But I think that they're saying that people are dishonest about it.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is still true.
Okay.
So
okay. I see what you're saying. But just because your enemy says something nice doesn't mean that they're hiding.
Obviously, much like anything else we've read in Proverbs, there is gray area and there is difference of opinions, difference of how these things work out in the real world. Mm-hmm. But they like to portray everything as black and white, right and wrong, good and bad. And so, of course, it's going to say things one way and expect you to just hold to that idea.
Right.
So,
though their speech is charming, do not believe them. For 7 abominations fill their hearts.
7 that's like the same as the gatekeepers
heaven.
To hell and all that, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that has any
layers of heaven, layers of hell.
Yeah. Although the Bible just likes the number 7 a lot too.
They do. Who knows?
Who knows what it really means?
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, just
roll,
the pretty talkers aren't always good.
If you roll 1 die, you can't get a 7.
That depends. If you roll a 20-sided die, you definitely can.
Okay, obviously I was talking about a regular sided die, a 6-sided die. Stupid.
But I mean, come on, 20-sided dice.
Okay, but if I
I've seen 100-sided dice.
But if I say a die, it's understood that I mean a standard 6-sided die.
Not to a D&D player.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Literally, I said if you roll a die, you can't get a 7. You know that I'm talking about a standard 6-sided die. Asshole. Don't be an asshole. Oh my god.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Their malice may be concealed by deception, but their wickedness will be exposed in the assembly.
And which assembly is this?
The assembly.
The assembly of God? Is it the assembly of God?
Probably.
But what does that assembly look like? Is this the pearly
angels?
gates? Is this where you go up and they're going to judge you at the gates there or something?
Yeah, like Michael.
Or is there do you get judged by your peers? Is there like a panel of heavenly people that judge you as you go up there? Is that how that works?
I have no idea. Why are you asking me?
Do you get to choose whether you want to be judged by the judge or your then you can be like, no, I want to trial by my heavenly peers instead.
My heavenly peers.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But I mean, if you're going to be judged, I don't think you get to go to heaven.
Well, it depends on how you get judged, so that's why you get to choose. I want this guy, or I want the group of people to be like, come on, man, and you get to pitch your case, right?
Why isn't it automated?
You would think it would be if God knows your heart and already knows what you're going to do. If that's the case, he already knows whether you're going to hell or heaven before you're even fucking born.
That's what I'm saying. It should be automated. You shouldn't have an assembly at all.
Right. Yeah.
Skip
assemblies. Assemblies are dumb.
Plus,
although I liked assemblies in school.
I was going to say, when I was in school, did you have assemblies?
Well, yeah, and they kind of popped out of nowhere sometimes, and I was like, oh, sweet, we get to skip the last hour and a half of the day?
Assembly during 7th period.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Right? Why do they call them assembly?
Because we assemble.
Oh my god.
Are you really? Is that really
that,
news to you?
Yeah, that literally just dawned on me. Yeah. You guys just heard the light bulb pop in live action. Yes. Because they always just said, we have assembly.
Yeah, so you just, okay.
Assembly is in 7th period, and I don't know, I don't know.
You just never equated the
it's kind of like when
to the action of what was happening.
It's kind of like when you start going to college and all of a sudden, what is it called when the teacher gives you their lesson plan at the very beginning? And
shit. Now you got
I know. It starts with an S, I think.
Whatever.
You know what I'm talking about.
They give you the plan for the semester or whatever. Yeah. Right.
And whatever that word is. Syllabus. And you never heard of that word all through school until you get to high school or until you get to college, and suddenly they're like, yeah, here's the syllabus for the semester, and you're like, oh, and you look around and everybody's like, yeah, of course it's a syllabus. We've heard of that before. And then my best friend was getting her master's degree, and she's like, oh, I have practicum on Tuesday and blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking around oh yeah, it's practicum,
just these things you're supposed to know.
Yeah. So assembly, we have assembly.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. That's, I don't know. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Whoever digs a pit will fall into it if someone rolls a stone. Wait. Let me start over because there was a semicolon that I read as a comma.
Okay.
And then a comma that I read as a period.
Okay. Yeah, let's try that again.
Yeah. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them.
Oh. I dug a pit once. Me and my brother dug a pit.
Yeah.
In our backyard.
Were you digging for, let me guess, you were digging for dinosaur bones?
Of course. What else do you dig for in middle school?
No,
we were in elementary school.
I was going to say.
Yeah, in elementary school. What else do you dig for? But we dug that hole down to where our heads were at ground level.
Oh my God.
We went down quite a ways.
If your mom knew about that.
She did.
She didn't.
Do you remember the old house out out where we used to live.
Yeah,
like
by the
her
elementary
old house.
school.
Yeah,
yeah.
So like if you went out the back door, it was in the very back in the garden area. And
but what if y'all had hit a water main or something?
Well, those weren't things you thought about in the 80s.
That's what I mean. Like, what is wrong with your mom that it didn't occur to her that y'all might hit like a water main?
Back then, they didn't do power lines underground. There wasn't a lot of things, not as many things that you had to worry about.
Really?
I mean, I don't think so. Maybe there was, but we didn't worry about them, so we just dug.
So you dug a pit.
We dug a pit. You know what we found? We found chicken bones. Oh my God. That was about it.
And did you for 2 seconds think they were dinosaur bones?
Well, of course. Yeah,
right.
We're like, oh, sweet bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever digs a pit will fall into it. Did y'all ever fall into your pit?
No, never fell into it.
If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them.
That's got to be, I mean, if you're rolling it uphill, that makes sense. But if you're rolling it downhill, then it's not going to roll. There's no way it could roll back on you. So it depends on which direction you're going, I guess.
Yeah.
But why are you rolling the stone in the first place?
Why are you digging the pit in the first place?
Obviously, though, it's collecting no moss.
No rolling stone collects moss.
Right, yeah.
Rolling stone collects no moss.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I followed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but they do play good music.
The Rolling Stones do play good music.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Ready?
Uh-huh.
A lying tongue hates those it hurts, and a flattering mouth works ruin. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Because, a lying tongue hates those it hurts. Sometimes you tell a lie in order to not hurt somebody's feelings because you love them.
That's true.
And you tell them that hat looks lovely on you.
What are you saying?
No, I love that hat.
Yeah.
No, I meant like, I wasn't actually talking about a guy's hat. Like the standard is, a woman's hat. Like I'm thinking of like the 20s when women wore hats all the fucking time or whatever.
Yeah.
And they would say, yes, that hat looks lovely with that dress, right? Or no, that dress looks great. No, you don't look fat in that dress. Or oh yeah, those shoes look whatever.
Right.
Why are all my examples fucking style?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
Or this dinner tastes great all of them are fucking womanly. Jesus, get me out of my head.
Let's just wrap this episode up.
No, I'm not done talking.
You're not done talking? Okay, yeah, more.
No.
Okay, I'm listening.
So anyway, sometimes fuck off. Sometimes you lie not out of hate. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you lie because you love the person and you don't want to hurt them.
I agree.
Okay, and a flattering mouth works ruin.
I think that can be true, honestly.
But I don't think
like
that
the salesman, right? Like the car salesman, right?
Sure.
They're gonna flatter the fuck out of you to get you to buy a car.
Yeah.
Right? So they're doing it with malicious intent.
Okay, it can be true, but that doesn't mean that it is true.
No, I agree. Flattery can just be flattery.
Right.
So
yeah,
it can be either way. Again, these statements are really stupid and they're very black and white, and they mean whatever they want them to mean when they wrote it, which doesn't apply to everything. So
okay, all right.
That's pretty much.
Now we can finish.
Now we can finish.
Now we can be done.
All right. So that was Proverbs chapter 26.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow. Wait, are we going to be? Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with
Proverbs chapter 27.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know where we are in Proverbs? I almost didn't. That's why I'm asking you.
Wow, that was interesting.
That was musical.
It was something, yeah. It was
it was delightful, motherfucker.
That's what I meant to say. Yes. We are in the second set of Solomonic Proverbs.
Very good.
And it's not as completely intolerable as the last set of Solomonic Proverbs.
I mean, we've only read one of them. How would you know?
I don't. I'm hoping. It's wishful thinking. That's all it is. So, yeah. So last time we did chapter 26.
That is correct.
And what are we getting into today?
Well, we are doing the next chapter, Proverbs chapter 27.
I mean, I figured that was the case, but I always got to check,
Right.
Make sure.
We could be moving on to something else.
And also,
sometimes they're grouped differently.
You remember that one time we were doing Psalms and we went from 100 and something back to 86?
Was it? Are those the correct numbers?
It's something like that, yeah.
Was it?
It was along those lines, yes.
I mean, I remember that we did a thing like that. But
yeah.
Were those the numbers?
It's very close. I'd have to look it up to be for sure, but
wow,
it's somewhere in that realm, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the exact numbers, but it was somewhere there. So today we're doing Proverbs chapter 27.
That is correct.
Let's go do this.
Let's.
Okay.
Yes. All right, let's jump into Proverbs chapter 27.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you like my... This
Very,
is my
is this like
director
officious?
voice. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Officious.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Do not boast about tomorrow.
Wait, you're going to continue with the officious?
No, just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit?
I'm just going to start out that way.
Start that over again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring.
I mean, do not boast about tomorrow?
Right.
Because you don't know what a day... Okay, so but don't this is like don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Oh, I like that one.
Right?
Yeah. I like that one.
Which, okay, I mean, that can make some sense, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But also, if you're really excited about something and proud of something that's happening tomorrow, I don't know.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Right, yeah.
That's
I don't have
live.
a problem about talking something up that's going to happen tomorrow, but
so excited.
As long as you don't get overly excited about it to the point that you're going to be devastated if it doesn't happen, right?
Bring an umbrella to your picnic.
Yeah.
And don't forget the bug spray.
Sure.
But do go on the picnic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because here's another thing. Tragedy now makes a great story later.
Generally speaking.
And normally I say chaos. I don't know why I changed it to tragedy. Chaos now makes a great story later. Meaning, yeah, it sucks while you're in it, totally. And I'm not trying to downplay tragedy and catastrophe because it sucks while you're in it.
Yeah.
But it's something to later on you can, turn it into something useful or enjoyable.
Point in case would be like our wedding.
Oh my gosh. That we knew that was chaos in the moment though.
Yeah.
And we did not get some people turn into bridezillas and they'll just get all bent out of shape over it.
Right.
And we were like, nope.
Well, but I mean, you got to admit the chaos at our wedding turned into more chaos. It built upon itself throughout the day.
We didn't have a wedding cake, y'all.
Yeah, there was that. And it just I don't know. It seemed
husband got a speeding ticket on the way to our wedding.
We also didn't bring, we forgot to bring one of the matching shirts for
one of the
groomsmen. Yeah.
Our son.
Yeah. And so the whole thing was a debacle, but
it really was. But it was fun. We had a good time. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. And moreover, at the end of it, we were pretty much if you didn't have fun, that was kind of on you.
Right.
Because we were just there to enjoy ourselves, whatever.
It was a slapshot event to begin with. So,
sure.
I mean,
sure.
It just,
everything was a gift from so-and-so and a hand-me-down from such and such. And
right.
It was all thrown together.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Yep.
Let someone else praise you and not your own mouth. An outsider and not your own lips.
Sure, I get that.
Don't be boastful, but
also if you want to raise, you might want to go to the boss with some of the merits that would, earn you that raise.
Well, that, and you have to put together a good resume. You can turn in some good references, but you got to put in a good resume first.
Yeah.
And the resume, you have to sell yourself.
But I get what they're saying. You don't want to go around boasting about yourself all the time.
I'm awesome.
That's a little obnoxious. But
my shit, in fact, does not stink.
I do think there are times and places when boasting about yourself is appropriate.
Sure.
And should be done.
In our culture, particularly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, our podcast is fucking awesome.
Oh my God. I was thinking more American capitalism.
Sorry, did I do that wrong?
You did that wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Stone is heavy and sand a burden, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both.
I see.
Sand?
Okay.
I mean, stone is heavy,
and
sure.
Sand
is sand a burden?
Well, I mean, I suppose it really depends on how much sand you have. If you only have a handful of sand, that's not a burden. It's just a handful of fucking sand.
Have you
but
ever
if you have
had
bags of sand, that could get to be a burden.
Have you ever had sex on the beach? Not the drink.
I have
the physical
not.
act.
I have not.
Does not recommend. I'm just going to leave it there.
Right, yeah, okay.
Anger is cruel and fury overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy?
Anger is cruel and fury overwhelming. Who can stand before jealousy? Is jealousy another entity? Is it capitalized
It's
by any
not
chance?
capitalized.
Okay, I was just curious. Because there's all these things that just pop up out of nowhere. So
Sometimes
I just wondered.
wisdom and all that. Those are people.
Yeah.
No, jealousy is not a person. It's an adjective that describes God.
So anger. One more time. I'm sorry.
Anger is cruel.
Yeah.
And fury overwhelming.
Yeah.
But who can stand before jealousy?
So they're saying that if you're jealous, you are going to be those things? Is that what it's
Or you're even
at?
worse.
Are you okay? All right.
I think they're saying jealousy is even worse than anger and fury.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can buy that.
I can get down with that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
None of them are good.
I mean, I'm a big advocate of being comfortable with yourself. You know, like get comfortable with who you are.
Sure.
And then the rest of your life can kind of fall in place after that.
Yeah, you know? I will say when I was younger, all the way up until in our relationship, I was not a very confident or happy person.
Sure.
And so I was very needy, and I was not.
You were a very jealous person.
I was a very jealous person.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer a jealous person insofar as like, who are you talking to? Is she pretty? I'm not like that. But I will say I am guarded with your time in that I get jealous of your time if you're like having to work a lot of hours.
Well, I think that's just a hate of, how much time I have to spend away from home due to work. Right. It's work-life balance issue at that point. But as far as personal I would space, I don't think we really have issues with each other's personal space.
Yeah, so. I would say that's not really jealousy. That's just greedy. I'm greedy with your time. I like you. But then having said that, we both spend time apart. So, I don't know. We've gotten old and settled, and we're like, go over there. You're fine.
Right. Well, and I mean, early on, there was a lot of railing against your initial problems with jealousy and stuff like that, which there was some things you had to work through, and over the years you did.
I was so needy. I was always like, sit by me, and I have to sit by you and on you, and I have to hold your hand, and you have to always put your arm around me at all times, and we have to kiss a lot, always.
If you know me at all in person, I am not that fucking person.
No,
like at all.
At all.
And so it took a lot of
we had to find our way.
Yeah, we had to find our way.
Yeah. I had to be less needy. I had to be more comfortable because my neediness came from a lack of being comfortable with myself.
Sure.
And who I am.
Well, and that's what you and I and yourself, more importantly, worked on. Yeah. And I think that, I will advocate to the end of the days that it is very important that you seek help for mental issues and treat them as a very important a problem that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
It's not something that you should just shuffle away.
No, your mental health should be as important as your physical health, honestly.
Right. Sorry. Our cat. Oh my God.
Our cat is scratching in the litter box, and we're trying to block the sound. So,
but she's so loud.
Apologies if you can hear her.
They probably
digging.
Can't, but it's funny to us. So.
I know. We're just like, Jesus Christ.
And
we're looking at each other.
She's so methodical. Like, I don't even know what she does. I think she's got OCD because she scratches at everything around her litter box. I'm not sure what she's doing, but she scratches the walls, the door, the refrigerator. I mean, everything around her. Yeah. Outside of the litter. I mean, like, it's she does the whole thing. It takes her like 5 minutes to finish.
Yeah. And we're crazy. Like, oh, did somebody take a poo-poo? Somebody did a poopy.
Sorry, we're going on too much about other shit.
Yeah. All right. So to speak.
Yeah.
Better is open rebuke than hidden love.
Okay.
I mean,
hidden love?
Honesty is better than not, but
I don't know that open rebuke is better than hidden. I mean, hidden love, it could be endearing. It could be, but it also could be dangerous, I guess, possibly, depending on what you allow that to become, maybe.
Open rebuke.
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure what they're getting at here. I really don't know for sure.
Yeah, we'll pass.
Pass. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. I like that one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wounds from a friend can be trusted. So, like, if your friend hurts you,
yeah,
probably some of what they said had some truth in it, and so you need to sit in it and consider it.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't taking it the way it should have been taken, but okay.
But an enemy, they're going to use their honey lips and their silver tongue, and they're going to ply you with falsehoods to that.
No, I actually agree with that one.
I like the way that's phrased.
That was phrased very well.
Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
All right, Bible, I'll let you have that one.
Yeah.
One who is full loathes honey from the comb, but to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet.
Wait, they're saying honey from the comb tastes bitter? They said in the previous chapter that it was like the best fucking thing on the planet. Hold
on.
Okay.
No, if you're full, you can't even eat. You can't even fit honey in your tummy because you're too full. But
if you're full.
Yeah. If you are full.
I thought they were talking about a fool.
No, one who is full, like filled up.
Filled up. Got it. Okay.
Loathes honey from the comb.
Okay.
Or, anything else because they're full.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're
that
hungry.
Goes without saying.
Right.
Hungry people.
But I got to admit that honeycomb would still taste better than something that's not as good as honeycomb.
Well, I think they're saying beggars can't be choosers, though.
Right,
if you are hungry...
No, you'll take whatever you can get.
And be grateful.
Yeah. But wouldn't you be slightly more grateful if you had something really sweet and good?
Look, if I'm starving to death, would I rather have cat food or a granola bar? Obviously, a granola bar. But if we're in the apocalypse, I'm not going to turn down a can of cat food. Isn't that what they're saying?
I don't know if I could. I don't know if. Yeah, I guess if I was starving to death.
If you're on week 2 of no food.
Right, yeah.
I think you're going to eat that cat food.
Right, yeah.
I could be wrong. Yeah. Maybe it would take a 3rd week of no food. How long before you starve to death?
I think you got at least 30 days. I'm not sure what the actual time frame is, but I think you got at least 30 days. Okay. Water, I know, is like 5 or 7 days.
I was going to say it's less than a week.
Yeah.
Depending on your health.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go without food much longer than water.
Right.
But, so let's say you've got plenty of water for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But you're low on food.
I would...
How many days before you start looking at that can of cat food like it's a delicacy?
I really don't have the answer for that one.
I don't either because it doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
The smell of it makes me want to gag.
This is like how many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? Only I looked that up, and apparently the average is 364. No, it was something like that. It was 300. It was 400.
Like one lick a day for a year.
It was between 300 and 500 somewhere. I can't remember. No, like licking as fast as you can.
So
the average is like
if you lick it once a day for a year, then you'll get to the center.
Right.
In a year.
Yeah.
Or so.
Right.
A year or 2.
A year and a half, 2 years, somewhere in that realm.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like a bird that flees its nest is anyone who flees from home.
I guess. Wait.
A bird is fleeing its home.
If a bird flees its nest, it's probably leaving because something is going to kill it. Would be it's fleeing.
Using the word flee.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you flee, are you leaving your home or fleeing your home?
It says flee.
Flee your home.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Usually a bird ain't going to flee its nest until one of 2 things. Like if it's a baby, it's leaving the nest because it's ready to learn how to fly and go out into the world, right?
Sure, yeah.
Or it's about to snow and it does the thing that birds do.
Go south.
Yeah. Right. So, is that what they're talking about? That's leaving, though. That's not fleeing.
Right. No, fleeing sounds like they're running from something, so... But either way, yeah, I guess if you're fleeing as a bird or as a human, you're still fleeing.
So something that flees is fleeing.
I don't really see the point of that.
Right, that's like I just summarized it. Something that flees is fleeing.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, unless your husband. Because husband does not like perfume or incense.
No.
And the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice.
Or just good company, Like, it doesn't have to be advice, but yeah. A good friend is somebody you can sit with in a room silently and enjoy their company.
Yeah, actually, my best friend was giving me a ride home the other day.
Yeah.
And we were having a talk about friendship on the way, and how we value our friendship because we have seasoned, like, we've been friends for well over a decade now. Like, probably 15 years.
Sure.
And over the course of that 15 years, we've had seasons of, there will be months sometimes that we won't
talk to each other.
And it's not that we're not talking to each other actively.
Right.
We just have things going on in our lives, and how we were just grateful that we had the understanding that because of who we are and where we are and who we are, again, that we can just pick up where we left off. And it's not like, if I don't respond to your texts or whatever, it's not like a slight.
Right.
And not to be taken personally.
You know each other well enough to know each other's quirks, and that, you know, so you're good with it.
Yeah. Like, we are also both aware of each other's mental health issues, that sometimes there is going to be a pulling away, not from each other, but from society in general.
Sure.
And, you know, that includes, unfortunately, friends. And that if you don't hear from the other one, not only don't take it personally, but keep checking in, and also, but give space.
Sure.
And find that fine line. And somehow we've managed to do that for 15 years. And just, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, and I think that we very seldom give each other advice, honestly. Usually we just share.
I don't know. I think she credits you with a lot of things as far as advice given or discussions had early on in your relationship, as far as how they turned out politically. And
that is true. That is true. She is much more progressive, left leaning, and non-religious. She's an atheist now.
Yeah.
And so I do take a lot of credit for that. But just like in general, like, what should I do?
Yeah.
That kind of advice.
I get you.
Not really.
Sure.
I don't think either one of us thinks overly much of ourselves to be in a position to offer the other one, like, what should I do advice.
Right.
We mostly comfort each other, I think.
Right.
Do not forsake your friend or a friend of the family, and do not go to your relative's house when disaster strikes you. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily, well, this was a different time, right? So I feel like in those times that might be true, because your neighbors would have been closer to you than a faraway relative, because a relative far away is going to be someone you very rarely interact with, I would imagine.
You wouldn't really know them. An entirely different community with different social values and mores, because even the town next door was far away.
But in today's day and age, I would say that I have multiple friends and family that are further away than my neighbors that I would reach out to way before I would reach out to my neighbors.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I'm way before I reach out to my neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have family nearby, but not any of them are neighbors.
Not that if I needed immediate help,
like 911.
Obviously, I would reach out to my neighbors, and I have a couple that I would probably knock on their door specifically. You know, but they're not for a disaster that is something that you need bigger help with, that doesn't require immediate attention. I would definitely reach out to friends and family further away.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of just depends on the scenario.
You know what? I am going to take a moment here to give a shout out to our dear neighbor Kathy that we used to have.
Oh, yeah.
Who was probably the best neighbor you could ever ask for.
Yep.
And she was just the sweetest lady. And we were very sad when she passed away. That was about a year ago.
It was. Yeah.
And
we still have a bird that she gave us. Or, well, no, that was her sister that gave it to us.
Yeah, not a real bird.
Passed. Right.
A decorative bird.
Yeah. But we still have that. She was a very, very nice lady.
She saved our bacon one time because we didn't realize that there was a leak outside our bathroom.
Our bathroom was literally shooting water out the side of our house.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So we had to have a plumber come in. We had no idea.
Yeah.
But she just was, you should hope to have as nice a neighbor as Kathy.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it there.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can say, answer anyone who treats me with contempt.
So your son, or is it your son that is wise, is going to then answer people that treat your father with their father with contempt?
I'm not sure I followed all of that, quite honestly. Should I read it again?
Maybe. I don't know that we're going to follow it better, but okay.
Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart.
Yeah.
Then I can answer anyone who treats me with contempt.
So I think I don't really know where they're going with this, but sounds like if he's proud of his son for being wise, right?
Okay.
So then if somebody has contempt for him, he can be like, well, I have a great son, so I'm just fine, and fuck you.
I don't need you,
Yeah,
neighbor.
you can fuck right
whatever.
off. And
Yeah.
that contempt can go right back where it came from.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
I don't like you much.
But that's only because I have a wise son.
Otherwise, I might be sad at what you said
might
to
be
me.
correct, and I just have to take it.
Womp,
But
womp.
I've got a wise son.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm done with that now.
The prudent see danger and take refuge, as one does.
Right.
But the simple keep going and pay the penalty.
Okay. I don't know exactly what they're referring to, but I would imagine depends on the level of danger that they're able to see, or are they referring to something that's more vague as far as the danger that's involved? You know, like if there's a fucking tornado coming at you, I think anybody's going to take shelter.
Yeah,
you know, you're not going to take refuge.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a matter of the amount of severity of the danger coming at you, I guess.
Well, this makes me think
question.
of something that I've noticed about myself that is annoying.
Okay.
So sometimes I will be on a highway, not recently or anything, but like in times past.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I will not be sure where I am, or I might think I've missed my exit or something.
Okay.
So this was like pre-GPS on your phone where you can just pull it up and
right.
instantly see where you are at all times.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So my sister is the type that says, I think I missed my exit. I better get off now. And
Got it.
I'm the type that's like, let's just keep driving for a little bit and see where we get.
Sure.
And 9 times out of 10, I should have fucking pulled over.
Right.
I'm serious. It almost never worked out to my benefit to keep driving. And it's kind of annoying because she's the, oh my God, we might be lost. Let's pull over.
Right.
Immediately.
Look, there's 2 ways to look at that, right? I feel like if you keep going, at the very least, you learn that area a little bit better, right?
One would hope.
Yeah, or something, or maybe you come across. You wouldn't be sitting here today doing this podcast episode right now if you hadn't gone that exit further on that one time, because your life would have turned out completely different, maybe.
Okay.
The butterfly effect thing or whatever, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's going a bit far. But
it is, but
so.
I'm just saying, you just never know, though.
Okay. If you say so.
I don't care.
I'm just saying, like, I think that I could maybe do with a little bit of
practical.
Sometimes I think I'm too scared to stop.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Too scared to stop.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like why are you too scared to stop?
Not too scared because I'll have chosen the wrong thing.
Oh.
I hate making
So you'll
wrong
feel stupid
choices.
if you pull over and you were still going the correct way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work in the other direction?
Nope. It sure doesn't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a kook.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the garment of one who puts up security for a stranger. Hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider.
Right. They've covered this one before.
I'm just going to pass on that.
Yeah, because we've covered that all before.
I
and
don't
it's
care
dumb,
about
so.
Collateral.
Right. Yeah.
If anyone loudly blesses their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. Whoa, will it?
I mean, fuck you for waking me up.
I mean...
Why are you out there? Wait, they're blessing you, though?
Early in the morning.
I'm just having, like... I feel like I'm imagining, like, my neighbor out there going, you guys are awesome, with a bullhorn or something,
Right?
But like, when the fuck would that ever happen?
Okay, and like, okay, every once in a while, I'll get up early and go out and get in the car to go somewhere, and my other neighbor is getting out in their car, and we like wave to each other, and we're like, I don't think we're going, blessings unto you, yes, and to you as well. Right. I don't think we're doing that, but we are
acknowledging each other.
Good morning, and have a good day, and
right.
And that's
so yeah.
Early.
If you say have a good day on the way out the door, is that a bad thing if it's early in the morning?
I've never taken it that way. I don't think that's a bad thing. And given that they probably waved first as often as not, I don't think that they took it that way either.
That's a dumb comment. I don't like that.
That is dumb.
I don't agree.
Clearly, we're taking it wrong and don't understand because it's got to mean something.
Obviously.
I mean, don't wake your neighbors up.
Right. I guess.
But that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Don't
be an asshole.
One would think.
Don't mow your lawn before 9:00 in the morning.
That, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd say 10, but that's kind of late for a lot of people. So
yeah,
I'll give you 9
Unless you're like us and we have an electric mower, then it doesn't really matter.
It makes a little bit of noise,
but not much. Not enough to wake most people.
Yeah, it's not super noisy. Yeah. A quarrelsome wife. Here we go. A quarrelsome wife is like the dripping of a leaky roof in a rainstorm.
They've literally used that exact analogy before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
a leaky roof. Sorry, babes. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping oil with the hand.
I will agree with that. If I try to restrain you, it is definitely not going to work.
Don't.
I'm not saying that I want to. I'm just saying
me.
that if I do, and I have tried in the past.
Nobody puts wifey in a corner.
It doesn't work. It does not work at all.
Don't do it.
I've learned.
Don't be the boss of me.
I have learned that.
You have.
I've gotten better. I'm a better person.
I have to be my annoying, bitchy self and work myself out of it.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
If I'm being a bitch, telling me, calm down. Or,
that's definitely not going to work.
Or, God, stop being such a bitch. None of those things are going to actually have the effect that you want.
Right.
They're just going to piss me off. Or, oh my God, you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Right.
Or, oh, you're so crazy. Why are you so crazy? All of those actually make me want to hit you really hard and cause pain.
Yeah. No, I am aware.
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
So just don't.
Yeah.
Quarrelsome wife. Fuck you. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another.
Okay.
Okay.
I kind of like that statement, actually. I'm looking at it as I learn a lot of things off of other people. So I see it, and I like to give a lot of knowledge too. So I can see how that can be true.
Sure.
I actually like that statement.
Even when you don't like each other.
Right.
Sharpening each other.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
No, I definitely, I really like that statement, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to let that one.
That's two this Bible's given us
today.
Yeah. Huh. We're being generous. The one who guards a fig tree will eat its fruit, and whoever protects their master will be honored. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I see that.
I don't want to have a master.
No.
But,
I don't want to have a master or be a master, if I'm being honest.
Right.
I don't want that responsibility.
I mean, different times, I guess, but whatever.
No.
But definitely, I'm going to eat the fruit if I guard it, so.
Right.
What about a fig tree?
But I think that they're just saying, take care of your people and take care of your things, and you will reap the reward.
Right, which I don't 100% agree with, but because it doesn't always work out that way.
Right, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
That is true. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Not necessarily, because sometimes you could be a really decent person and you still have bad shit happen in your life.
That's true. That is true.
There was this one guy that I knew in high school. His name was Leonard, and he was the sweetest guy. And he broke up with his girlfriend, and then she committed suicide. And a year later, his mom died. And then a year after that, it was discovered that his dad, they found her body parts in the backyard. And then a year after that, they found out it was his father that had done it.
Oh my God.
And then a couple years after that, he got leukemia and died.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So, I mean.
That is, I think you've told me that before, but
not quite as
I
compacted.
I always forget about the story, and then whenever you tell that, I'm that can't possibly have been a real thing that happened in this world.
It actually was, to the point that murder was actually on Unsolved Mysteries, if you remember that show. Yeah.
Wow.
And he was a really sweet guy. Nicest guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that the water reflected his face very well.
No, that was shit.
That was shit.
That's not good.
Not good at all. Death and destruction are never satisfied, and neither are human eyes.
Okay. I'm not sure what they're getting at there exactly.
We always want more. Death and destruction will always come.
Okay.
It's always happening.
Yeah.
And human eyes also are always wanting more.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but people are tested by their praise.
Sure, I guess.
Whatever.
These are just
some of these
very
are
nice platitudes that are,
Oxygen tastes good on the tongue, but lack thereof will kill you. Yep. That's some facts right there.
Yeah. I at some level, I'm kind of sick of trying to dig into them because they're so simple and dumb.
Yeah.
That I'm like, really, guys, this is...
Try harder.
I mean, I want to address the things, and and obviously it makes for some good conversations for us because we're just talking about these things that they're bringing up. But on a surface level, these things are very just mundane and stupid.
Simple.
Yeah.
They're so simple. Some of them. Some of them make no sense, and some of them are pretty deep, and then you're shit.
I do appreciate some of them.
Yeah.
They're not all horrible.
No, but then when you get a couple in a row that are whatever.
Well, and I was actually talking to somebody that used to be religious and is now an atheist, and they were saying, I thought all the Proverbs were really beautiful. And I was like, well, it depends on, I suppose when you're in church, they are probably presented as such, and they are said as much. They are said in the way that they are beautiful.
Well, and you're not reading them straight through and analyzing each individual verse.
Right, and you're not meant to pick them apart and say,
right,
well, what about this and what about that, right? So I can get how if you just said these things, right, they sound wonderful and beautiful because if you just see it in the good and the good versus evil, right?
Sure.
The whatever. If you see it in that sense, then you're going to think it is a beautiful statement.
Sure.
But the part that is wrong with Proverbs is the gray area. The gray area that is not getting discussed in between these statements where they are not allowing for that gray area to exist.
And then some of them are exactly not true or bad, even.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, carrying on. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, grinding them like grain with a pestle.
What the fuck?
You will not remove their folly from them. I don't grind people.
In
any way whatsoever.
No, I think that...
Except maybe in a sexual way.
Okay.
You were just stop.
Yes, I was just stop. Exactly.
Are you pass?
Yep. Next.
Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. For riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, make sure
True or false?
Keep track of your riches, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's not,
Take care of your shit and plan for the future.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Sounds smart.
When the hay is removed and new growth appears, and the grass from the hills is gathered in, the lambs will provide you with clothing, and the goats with the price of a field. You will have plenty of goat's milk to feed your family and to nourish your female servants. The end.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yes, plant grass and then the goats and the sheep that supply you with other things will eat and then give you things, and that's great. That's all wonderful and good, right? And then
you can nourish all your female servants. That's the part that lost me.
Yes.
Wait, what?
That's the best part right there.
Right? And on that note.
Yeah. All right. So that was Proverbs chapter 27.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow we will be back with
Proverbs chapter 28.
Oh, before we get out of here, we didn't even mention in the beginning of the episode, We obviously didn't do an episode yesterday.
We didn't.
'Cause you were sick.
Apologies. I was sick.
Yeah, but you're not sick anymore.
I'm not.
But we're also not going to make that one up because, well,
We
it's
just don't
a
want
lot
to.
more work, and we don't want to do it today.
We don't want to.
So we're not going to. And
We didn't,
we do
and we're
apologize for that, and we love you guys. But we're going to have one less episode this week than normal because
we're just like, sorry.
it's our podcast, and that's what we're going to do.
And we're sorry, and
we
that's
are
just
sorry,
the way it is.
But we still love you guys.
We love you very much.
And that being said, we'll see you tomorrow for Proverbs chapter
28, motherfuckers.
See you guys then.
Bye. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember where we're at?
We are in the second Solomonic Proverbs.
Correct.
And I believe we just finished chapter 27.
Oh my god, that's right.
Okay. All right.
You are really impressive, sir. Yes.
I'm doing my best. You know, I only got so much to work with. I'm using it all.
You are.
So.
Well, good on you.
Yeah. And before we get too far here, I do have a shout out to make today.
Shout it out.
Yeah. So we have a new patron.
What?
Yeah, their name is David. David, yeah. And they just signed up as a new patron. They did the free trial, and then they continued on.
Aw, thanks, David.
Thank you so much for becoming a new patron, David.
David, you're a pal.
Really, really appreciate it.
So much.
I don't think we can ever say how much we appreciate patrons because it really does. It makes this podcast go.
It keeps the podcast afloat.
It does all the things for us.
Yes.
And we couldn't do this without you.
At all.
Thank you again. If you would like to be a patron and get access to episodes early.
Like David does.
And ad-free. And also take advantage of our special Patreon-only episodes, as well as have the possibility of getting some merchandise, depending on what level you sign up for. You can do that by going to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up for as low as $2 a month and become a Patreon member.
Well, again, thank you, David.
Yes.
You are the bee's knees and the cat's pajamas.
Definitely. All right. So we did 27 yesterday. And then today we're going to be getting into
Proverbs chapter 28.
Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay. Well, before I hop into Proverbs chapter 28, I have a couple things to say. First, I just want to remind everyone that Proverbs is a collection of collections.
That it is.
And we are, as you pointed out, in the second Solomonic Proverbs, which is the fourth collection within Proverbs.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say a little note about this.
Sure.
So the first half of the second Solomonic Proverbs, which were Proverbs 25, 26, and 27.
Yeah.
They are characterized by many similes.
Yes.
And have a very earthy tone.
Okay. Yep.
They are comparisons and moral lessons.
So you only listed through 27, which indicates to me that we're in for a change today.
A little bit, yeah. Still in that second Solomonic area.
Yep.
But Proverbs chapters 28 and 29, which comprises the rest of the Solomonic one.
Sure.
They are characterized by more antithetical sayings and are predominantly moral and carry a religious tone.
I see.
So the other ones, and I get that, like the other ones weren't quite as religious-y.
Right.
They were just like, air is oxygen and you should breathe it. Good is good and bad is bad.
Yeah.
And these are more about the wicked and the righteous.
Oh, God.
We did have some honey-lipped vixens that you should avoid, and you know, we had that bit where you should seek out the wisdom and the prudent and the good and stay on the right path and all that. But these apparently are going to be way more.
Okay. Yeah.
They're going to be a lot.
Got it. Yep.
So I just wanted to preface that before we hop in here.
Okay. Yep.
So Proverbs chapter 28.
Okay.
The wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. I take that to mean, like, if you have a guilty conscience, you are ready to like either be really defensive or to like take off running, like you done wrong.
Okay.
But if you know that you are in the right, you're gonna fight it.
Right.
You're gonna stand your ground.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's my reading.
Right.
Next, when a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but a ruler with discernment and knowledge maintains order.
Sure.
Too many cooks in the kitchen?
Well, I think I think what they're saying is a strong ruler is important. Okay. Because, like, if you have a rebellious nation, obviously the ruler's not holding that nation together.
Got it.
And so there's going to be a lot more problems. There's going to be a lot more people claiming power than if this ruler is able to be strong and hold it together, I guess.
Got it.
But yeah, I don't...
united we fall, divided we...
Sure.
Or wait, no, united we stand, divided we fall.
But I mean, we made it through Trump, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, if I might interrupt us, there was a note about this particular verse.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and do that note here rather than at the end.
Okay.
Since we're talking about it and we're not really sure what it's about.
Definitely.
Okay. So the reign of Hezekiah, that guy, remember that guy?
Yeah.
He's associated with attempts to restore the union of Judah and Israel by political and religious means.
Got it.
Both of which proved unsuccessful.
Sure.
So he failed at that.
Right.
Or I don't know if I would say he failed. It
failed.
It failed.
Right.
Yeah. Now, in the Septuagint, which remember is the original Greek translation.
Yes, yeah.
This verse is presented as a saying about quarreling in and of itself. Okay. And it reads, by reason of the sins of ungodly men, quarrels arise, but a wise man will quell them. So that goes along with what you said.
Similar, yeah. Right. Yeah.
So good on you. You had that. you did it good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. A ruler who oppresses the poor is like a driving rain that leaves no crops. So we like the poor again.
The poor again. Okay. Mm-hmm. Got it.
Good to be poor.
We should keep it like a tally.
I know. I wish I could go back.
The poor and when they don't like the poor.
I wish I could go back and make like a bingo board.
Right? Yeah. So if someone's really into this, you like go back and just like make a tally mark for us,
Do Christians like the poor?
How many times do we like poor? How many times don't we like poor?
I said Christians, but we're not at Christians yet.
No, we're still in
the OT. Yeah. So yeah. Do the Israelites appreciate the poor or piss on them?
Right.
Just never know which day you're going to get.
Yeah, who's winning?
Yeah. Okay, those who forsake instruction praise the wicked, but those who heed it resist them.
Okay.
Sure.
It's very black and white. It's very not...
This doesn't feel overly religious to me.
It doesn't.
So far it feels more the same.
It's literally the same things I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same messages.
Right. I wasn't giving my opinion when I was presenting those facts in the beginning. Like, that's just what it said.
I get it.
Like, those are the notes I have.
That's what it, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe we aren't quite there yet.
Maybe we're not there yet.
Maybe we're easing into it.
We've only read the first 4 verses.
Yeah, come on. It's still coming.
I just was putting it out there.
I'm waiting for the refuge and the fortress.
Refuge. Yeah. Evildoers, here we go. Evildoers do not understand what is right, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. Okay, there we go. Now we got some Bible happening.
Yeah, there's the Lord. So we got it.
Evildoers don't understand what's right. I don't think that's true necessarily. Just because you are an evildoer doesn't mean you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I think, I know I keep coming back to this and I keep harping on it, but these ideas of evil and good are just way too simple. Yeah.
Childlike.
They're not rational ideas.
They're not nuanced in any way whatsoever.
No.
Yeah. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse.
So we like the poor still.
As long as they're
held
good.
To it. As long as they're good.
As long as they're blameless.
Right.
Yeah.
But they literally called the rich perverse, so.
Well, better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that the rich are perverse.
Right. And it's not, I guess they are kind of caveating it. Better this than that.
Yeah. So I usually prefer the rich to the poor, but if hard pressed,
this one's blameless and that one's an asshole, then
I'll take the poor one.
Yeah, right.
Because he's blameless.
Yeah.
Basically what that's saying is regardless of your money status, a good guy's always better than a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Go on.
Right.
Did you learn a thing? I didn't.
Right.
A discerning son heeds instruction, but a companion of gluttons disgraces his father.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
A discerning a discerning son heeds instruction.
Yeah.
But a companion of gluttons disgraces his father. That's basically like you hope your kids don't fall in with hoodlums or, scallywags. You hope your kids make wise choices and choose their friends wisely.
Sure. Okay.
But sometimes your kids are going to choose their friends unwisely and...
Yeah, it's not up to you.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes I chose unwisely and... My parents tried you can't hang out with them anymore, and I'm here to tell you that shit don't work.
No, it doesn't.
You cannot choose your children's friends. You know why? Because they are human beings. Right. They are people.
Right.
Now, you can say, hey, I know that this is your friend and you're going to hang out with them, but I'm not allowing you to go to their house because I don't like the way that parent is not present.
Right.
Or allows things. They allow things in their house that I disapprove of.
Sure.
And that if you were not being such a dipshit, that you would agree is not the way that you should be around.
Right.
So you could still let them hang out with them, but you should have the friend over rather than letting your child go to the other house.
Right.
So.
Sure.
But you cannot choose your children's friends. You just can't.
Right.
Because they're human beings.
Agreed.
Whoever increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor.
What? Amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor.
I don't understand.
That doesn't make a whole lot of... Wait.
Hold
Are they saying that they're taxing the rich so that the king can then be nice to the poor and take care of them? Because that would make some sense. Like we do that here in the United States, right? We tax people to then offer services to people who have no means, right? And there's a lot of countries that do similar actions as that.
Okay, but they're increasing wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor.
Right.
They're amassing it.
Yeah. But then what was the last part of it?
They're amassing it for another who will be kind to the poor.
I'm not following. Maybe I'm missing something there.
Yeah, pass.
Sure, pass.
Okay. I mean, I know that was only the 8th verse, but pass.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone turns a deaf ear to my instruction, even their prayers are detestable.
Even their prayer. Okay.
Even their prayers.
Oh, even their prayers are detestable. Yeah.
Yeah, I put the wrong emphasis.
Okay.
On that. Yeah.
So if they,
I guess this is God speaking in this one.
It'd have to be, I guess, because you.
Who else do you pray to?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
if you turn a deaf ear to my instruction, your prayer is shit.
Okay, so if you don't listen to God's instructions, meaning following the laws of God, I'm assuming, then your prayers don't count.
Yeah.
Is that basically it? Okay, so.
Then you're a trash human and I hate you. Poop.
Yeah, that kind of, okay.
That tracks. That sounds like the God we know
that's
hate.
very, mean dickhead of God. So, yeah.
That's kind of power starving.
Right.
Okay. Whoever leads the upright along an evil path will fall into their own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. Sure.
Okay.
Sure. If you say so. I don't necessarily believe you, but okay.
Right.
That's saying that as long as you're good, even if you get tricked and swindled, it'll all work out in your favor in the end. And I'm like, I don't necessarily think that's always true.
Right.
I'm not saying can't be true. Like, sure, sometimes good things happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that that's 100% yes, the way it is.
Yeah. These are a lot harder to, I don't know. There's not
discern.
Well, they're not as, they're relying more on the God behaviors and I don't know.
I think that's what maybe those notes were about.
Yeah, which makes it so much more vague as to this is much more vague than what they were talking about before.
Yeah.
At least in the ones in the last few chapters, we've been able to it's been specific things we can talk about, right?
Right.
This is so random. It's not. There's nothing to really discuss. It's just like, no, that was a dumb statement. That's you're doing black. Just stop. Just stop doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Again, we should come up with our own proverb.
Yeah.
Chocolate always goes on ice cream. I mean, unless you are lactose intolerant.
Right.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
That sounds like a proverb, I think.
It does. Yeah.
The rich are wise in their own eyes. One who is poor and discerning sees how deluded they are.
They really like the poor in this chapter.
I'm liking it for that sake.
I'm liking it for that sake, yeah.
When the righteous triumph, there is great elation. But when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. I mean,
okay.
yes,
right.
That is true.
You don't want to deal with the wicked.
I hate it when there's a bad guy in charge.
Right.
Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy.
Because God's going to be forgiving, obviously, if you just announce and confess your sins. Except for that one time, didn't he just say a couple sentences ago that you couldn't do that or something? Like the person, I don't know. It was something.
Your prayers are shit.
Right? Yeah, your prayers are shit. Yeah,
because you were bad.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I guess if you confess them first,
it depends on the prayer, I guess.
Right. It depends
not
on how you go.
all your prayers.
And it depends on how you go about it, maybe.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Blessed is the one who always trembles before God. But whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble.
But what about when God hardens their heart for them?
That doesn't matter.
Does that count?
Care. No, we don't care. Okay. Doesn't matter.
I always thought that was a shit move when he did that to Pharaoh.
Yeah. Justice for Pharaoh.
Right, yeah.
That time when you're on the side of Pharaoh and you feel sorry for him. Sorry, I don't know why that cracked me up. Hit my funny bone just right.
Yeah.
Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a helpless people. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Not false.
Right. Yeah, that one
true.
That one rings true, I guess.
A tyrannical ruler practices extortion, but one who hates ill-gotten gain will enjoy a long reign.
That's not always. They had good kings that didn't last long, I thought.
It's true. No, you're absolutely right.
Right.
You're absolutely right. But this is trying to say good leaders are good and they're going to good ya.
Right, because
they're going to last because good is good.
They got to make it all sound wonderful and great.
Good is great. Great is good.
But, shit, sometimes just shit happens, man. Yep.
Anyone tormented by the guilt of murder will seek refuge in the grave. Let no one hold them back.
Oh,
damn.
I see. I mean, not that I disagree entirely. If you murder... Now, again, there are extenuating circumstances.
Sure, like we're not talking about murder by self-defense or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, okay, sure. So, like, you just killed somebody, you're a murderer, you're tormented by guilt, so you're going to try to off yourself out of the guilt. That's what they're saying.
I don't think they mean that. I think
you're going to seek refuge in the grave.
Right. But I mean, I think they mean you aren't going to go to, heaven or whatever.
You seek refuge in the grave. They're saying don't hold them back from going ahead and dealing with their own guilt.
Okay. All right.
I don't think this has to do with the afterlife at all.
No, you're right.
Okay.
That's out. Yeah.
My opinion.
Right.
Whatever.
Sure.
The one whose walk is blameless is kept safe. False. But the one whose ways are perverse will fall into the pit. Also false.
We've had that same sentiment said like 1,500 times.
Yep. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies will have their fill of poverty.
I mean,
they have it out for the sluggards.
Yeah. But I mean, it
is kind of true. I mean, yeah. Hard work pays off, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, sure.
A faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. I don't think that's fair. They're saying, like, faithful person versus wants to be rich. Like, those are two opposite ends.
They have to be exclusive or something.
Right? Like, why can't you be a faithful person, but who also wants to be rich?
Right.
Like, who among us doesn't want to be rich? Be honest.
Yeah.
I want to be rich.
Sure. We all want
want
to be
to
rich.
try it out.
Right. It'd be
See
nice.
how it works.
I'd love to not have to worry about,
A flat tire.
Yeah. That'd be great.
To show partiality is not good, yet a person will do wrong for a piece of bread.
A person will do what for a piece of bread?
Wrong.
They'll do wrong for a piece of bread. Partiality is not good.
Sure.
But a person will do wrong for a piece of bread.
Yep.
Okay. I don't really see how those relate exactly.
They don't kind of, I don't think. I don't think they do. I mean, you should try to be impartial sometimes.
But not always.
Right?
Like, you're not going to be impartial when it comes to your family or your friends.
I was going to say, like, I love a good gossip, but don't be talking trash about my kid or my man.
Right? Yeah. And if you're hungry and you need some bread, I don't
blame you if you steal a piece.
Try to take that.
Yeah. So, I don't see what one has to do with the other.
Right. Yeah, I don't get that.
Pass.
I mean, whatever. We commented on it.
The stingy are eager to get rich and are unaware that poverty awaits them.
I know some rich, stingy people.
Yeah, so do I.
So I'm not sure that one holds true.
I wish it was true.
Yeah.
It should be true. It'd be nice if it was true.
Mostly they just make people around them more poor.
Yeah.
That's what I've experienced, actually.
Yeah.
Because they're so stingy, it rubs off on other fucking people.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Whoever rebukes a person will, in the end, gain favor rather than one who has a flattering tongue.
So I guess if you're honest, I guess they're kind of going for like if you're honest and tell people their flaws and their problems, that you're going to be good in the end. But if you flatter them, you're not.
Okay, I'm going to say that this is poorly phrased.
Sure.
And that what they mean is it's better that you tell somebody they've got a booger in their nose. Right? Like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Then say, oh, no, you look lovely. There are no boogers hanging from your nose. Right?
Right.
Like,
I guess.
I'm going to say that they're like, you should just be honest sometimes. Like, sometimes.
Yeah. Sure.
But I don't think you should always be honest.
Right. No, sometimes you just can't. You know?
Don't need to tell somebody, look, I love you, friend, but that makes your ass look big.
I mean, if I had to be honest with all the people that talk about like their politics in front of me,
oh my gosh,
it wouldn't be a very friendly world that I live in,
and you would ruin your livelihood as well.
Right? Yeah. No, yeah. It would not be good.
No.
So I can't by default be honest with everybody.
Right. Sometimes you just gotta have a flattering tongue.
Right.
This world demands that, and you just do the best you can do.
That's right. Yeah.
Whoever robs their father or mother and says, it's not wrong, is partner to one who destroys. I'm going to say it depends on your fucking parents.
Really? You're going to say that robbing your parents sometimes is justified?
Okay, I wouldn't rob my parents,
right.
But what if my parents were pieces of shit?
But what would justify robbing them, though?
Like, let's say I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
And I need to rob them so I can eat.
Okay, so for your own livelihood, because your parents are that, like maybe they're a sluggard,
or maybe one of them has like gambling problems,
right?
Or maybe they're just neglectful, right?
Yeah.
Then
maybe they don't stand upright.
Maybe they walk crooked. They take the wrong path.
Left path instead of the straight path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that it's always.
I guess if it was a matter of your own livelihood, that is a matter of perspective and opinion at that point.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's 100% always true.
Sure.
I'm not saying go out and rob your parents willy-nilly.
All these statements throughout this whole book have been very black and white with no gray area.
Yeah.
And again, here's another.
The greedy stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think that's always true.
I mean, when you call someone a greedy person, it sounds like they're prospering because they're greedy, you know. But I don't have any guarantee. Like you talk about people that follow the Lord all the time that are poor, and you like those people. So I'm not sure how that all works out. But it doesn't sound like it's a sure bet.
I know some greedy Christians.
Yeah.
And they are prospering, and but they are also stirring up conflict.
Right.
So I'm just not sure what.
I also know some poor Christians.
Yeah.
So who aren't stirring up conflict.
Right.
So I mean, it can go either way.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Right.
Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe.
Depends
on what you mean by wisdom, because I trust in myself.
Yeah.
And I walk in wisdom.
I trust in my abilities to
gain wisdom.
To gain wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's an unfair statement just to begin with.
I mean, you and I had an argument just earlier this evening, and it doesn't matter what it was about, but we were both like dead set on, no, I'm right, no, you're wrong. And so we both did a lot of research.
Yeah.
And we both learned some stuff.
Yeah.
And we were both trusting in ourselves, but we also trusted in what information we could find because we like to learn.
Right. We trusted our ability to find correct information.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Proverbs be Proverbs.
Why Proverbs always got to be proverbing? Those who give to the poor will lack nothing, but those who close their eyes to them receive many curses.
What if you're poor? Like, okay, you know how when you go to a restaurant or a store and they're like, do you want to donate to blah, 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 right?
I'm a dick because I always say no.
Well, sometimes I don't have fucking money to donate to people, you know?
I don't want to donate at the cash register.
Am I going to get a fucking, lightning bolt in the head because I didn't donate $1 to, whatever
fund?
Right.
Look, I have causes that in the past I have contributed to, and that should I be in a better financial situation that I would like to contribute to again.
Yeah.
I like helping people.
Well, I think we have a whole fucking list of things we'd love to contribute to.
Yes, we do. And it grows all the time.
Right.
But I'm not going to give $1 or whatever at the cash register. That's just not, I don't like being pressured into it.
Well, and I haven't sourced I don't know what they're doing with that money for real. Like,
it's true.
I'm sure most of the time it's going to a legitimate cause, but I don't know how much of it's going to a legitimate cause, and I don't know exactly which cause it's going to generally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I don't necessarily think that corporate America has my best interest at heart to make sure that my money is put to good use. So,
I would agree.
Look, I'm just here to buy a pair of socks. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
When I'm buying a pair of socks is not the time to hit me up for donations.
No, I would feel better about a donation that I sought out as opposed to one that sought me out.
Exactly. All right, last one. Ready?
Yeah.
When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. But when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive.
But not until they perish, apparently.
Uh-huh.
So that's when they thrive.
So we just got to wait for Trump to get hit with a brick? And then all the righteous will thrive.
There's this guy I follow on Twitter, and I've been friends with him for a while on there. But literally, in almost every post he puts up, he just writes, "Is he dead yet?"
Oh my God.
And it's a constant theme, like in every one of his posts that he puts up on Twitter. He doesn't say whoever, just, and just puts it up there.
That's kind of dark. Like, I feel guilty for finding that hilarious.
Right, yeah.
Because you should not wish death on people.
No, he's just asking a question, though,
That's what the right always says. I'm just asking questions. Why won't anybody ever answer my questions?
Right, yeah.
All right, that's it.
So that was Proverbs chapter 28.
Sure as fuck was.
All right, and we'll be back tomorrow with
Proverbs chapter 29, which will finish up that particular collection of
Solomonic Proverbs.
The second Solomonic Proverbs. Or,
awesome.
I'm sorry, the further Solomonic Proverbs.
Right. Okay, well, we will see you guys then.
Yep, bye. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember where we're at?
I think we are at the end. We're getting ready to jump into the end of the second, what's his name? Solomonic. Yeah, Proverbs. Yeah, that's the one. We're at the. I think we're doing like the last one today, aren't we?
Of the Solomonic. The further Solomonic Proverbs.
The further Solomonic Proverbs.
Yes,
sorry,
because Proverbs are a collection of collections. We are in the fourth collection. And yes, we are about to finish that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's where we're at. Before we hop into what we're doing today, though, I would like to give a special shout out today.
Okay.
We have a new supporter.
What?
Yeah, their name's Polly.
Polly?
Yeah. Polly is a new listener, and I think they've powered their way through Exodus already.
I think
and maybe
you are
more.
right.
I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem to be enjoying it quite a lot.
They said that they thought it was really funny.
Yes. And
that makes me happy.
And they are very much waiting for us to get into Ecclesiastes. Is that
Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes? Yeah, that's the one. So hopefully we'll get there and meet their approval when that happens.
I can see that you're very familiar with that book.
I am not in any way whatsoever.
Me neither.
But now I have a reason to look forward to it.
Exactly.
So, thank you, Polly, for supporting us. It's very, very much appreciated.
You just can't even know.
No, it's so great. And if you would like to become a supporter of us as well, actually, I should mention one more thing. Polly is part of a podcast themselves. If you would like to check that out, it is called Lost in Revision. They do fairy tales and talk about them, read them, etc.
It's a really cool podcast that I enjoy immensely.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend checking it out. That being said, though, if you would also like to become a supporter of our podcast, you can do that for as low as $2 a month on Patreon. Just head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse. And like I said, sign up for just $2 a month and you get ad-free episodes. You get early access to the episodes. You get merchandise if you sign up at certain levels. And you get special Patreon episodes.
Special episodes only for the Patreon.
It's good shit. You should try it out. Mm-hmm. And there's free trials. You can do that too.
Yeah.
You don't even have to pay.
You can try it out.
You can try this out for like a week and see if you like it. If you don't, whatever. You can go. You can not do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll be sad. But it is what it is. It's all right. So that being said, what are we getting into today?
We are starting Proverbs chapter 29.
Awesome. Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, jumping into Proverbs 29.
Okay.
Which is a continuation of the wicked and the righteous.
Those damn wicked people.
I am both wicked and righteous. What? Whoever remains stiff-necked after many rebukes will suddenly be destroyed without remedy.
Suddenly? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Lightning gonna strike you dead in the street.
I mean, maybe that's why the guy that picked up the stick on a Sunday? Mm-hmm. Maybe he was just not listening to, maybe he had been told before, we just didn't know.
He remained stiff-necked. Is that
maybe what happened? He's stiff-necked about his sticks, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
And he got destroyed without remedy. Suddenly.
Suddenly.
That's the important part.
Aaron's sons, they probably had been told about the incense, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And that's why they died suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That had to be it.
I guess? Question mark. When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. Yes.
Okay.
True.
Sure.
True.
Yeah. But also there's not really truly righteous and wicked people.
Correct.
So
also true.
Right. Like yes, if you want to get very black and white about it, that can be true, I guess, but that's never true.
Good is good, bad is bad, and we like it that way.
But that's also never true.
Right.
So
I know. I was just
I know.
Summarizing what they said.
It's one of those things where people like to throw out shit and they're like, this is the way it is. And you're like, what if you think about it this way instead? Mm-hmm. What if you don't say it like you're saying it and you allow for some other thoughts there? Mm-hmm. And then it has to be something other than what you're saying because that's not true.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father, but a companion of prostitutes squanders his wealth.
I mean, prostitutes will do that to you, I guess.
I mean,
you know,
no shame.
I'm not giving shade,
but it's a business.
Prostitutes got to make a living.
It's a business. They are exchanging services.
Yeah.
For goods.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you like those services, I guess you're going to spend a lot of money.
You're going to squander I wouldn't call it squandering per se. I mean,
you're getting something for it.
Yeah. Like, I buy a lot of books. One might say that's where I squander my wealth.
Right. Yeah.
I'm getting pleasure out of the things that I purchase.
Sure.
Am I squandering? I don't know.
It just depends on how you look at it, I guess.
I think it does depend how you look at it. I mean, I always scoff when a rich man buys his third yacht.
But the guy that's wise, is he just like a miser? Yeah, the third yacht is just not good. That one is one step too far. Just only one step, though.
Oh, my God. What did you say? A miser is what?
I said,
now?
is the wise guy just a miser?
I don't know what he is.
Because, I mean, he's not squandering his money on prostitutes, obviously.
No, he's
apparently.
just a greedy son of a bitch.
Right. So, but I don't feel like miserly people are any better than people who squander. Like, sometimes I'm like, well, just go out there and fucking live your life. You don't know when you're going to fucking kick the bucket, you know?
Right.
It just...
I'm not that well.
I'm not saying be completely stupid, but also don't hold on to your money until you die, because that's just dumb.
I just didn't like the use of the word squander there. That's
sure.
all.
Yeah.
By justice, a king gives a country stability, but those who are greedy for bribes tear it down.
That is true. Yeah.
Hashtag facts.
Yeah. No, I mean,
we're living through that
today. We complain about that all the time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Those who flatter their neighbors are spreading nets for their feet.
Wait, what?
Those who flatter their neighbors are spreading nets for their feet.
Nets or nuts?
Nuts.
I thought you said nuts. I was like, what the fuck?
They're spreading peanuts for the squirrels.
I wasn't understanding. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying?
No, like a butterfly net.
Oh, okay.
Or a fish net.
So yeah, so they're creating goodwill with their neighbors, and therefore you have somebody that's going to catch you when you fall,
Just
right?
Don't bless them too early in the morning.
That's right. Not that. That would be bad, apparently.
Never before coffee.
Although, you know what? If somebody was out in front of my house early in the morning saying, "You guys are awesome," like truthfully, like honestly,
mm-hmm.
like they were really meaning it,
mm-hmm. I
feel like I might receive that pretty well.
I would too, but we had that talk yesterday.
Right, yeah.
We agreed.
No, I know. I just wanted to say it again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be exactly happy about waking up to that.
You can bless me any fucking hour. How about that?
Sure. But when I found out what you were doing, I'd be like, all right, whatever.
Cool. It's cool. But I'm going back to sleep now.
Yeah,
though.
right.
But thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Evildoers are snared by their own sin, but the righteous shout for joy and are glad.
Joy, huh?
Joy. My mouth stuck. It was supposed to be joy. They shout for joy.
Got
not doy.
Yeah. Again, sin is not really something that I'm going to try to even define, because there's so many things they consider sinful that it doesn't even matter, really.
Sons of bitches are snared by their own sons of bitchery.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
But the non-sons of bitches shout for joy and are glad.
Not always. You
right.
know, sometimes life shits on all of us.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I wouldn't consider myself a son of a bitch, and I don't always jump for joy.
Right, yeah.
Although sometimes I do. Especially when there's a rabbit that visits our backyard.
Yeah,
sometimes.
That rabbit's pretty cool.
I always shout for joy then.
I also like
hello, bunny friend.
I like watching the squirrels too.
I know.
The squirrels are fun because they jump all over shit, and they're like.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday? No, not yesterday. Earlier today.
Yeah.
I looked out the kitchen window and I could see the neighbor's porch, and there was a raccoon on the neighbor's porch
during the day.
Really? Yes, and it was like checking out their grill.
Huh.
And it was like, oh, I might grill me some steak. And then a squirrel ran over and was like hopping around the top of the grill.
Yeah.
And the fencing by it. Mm-hmm. And it was chattering at the raccoon. And the raccoon was like shaking a fist like, why I oughta. And it was quite the exchange. And then I think maybe I made a noise or something because they both turned and stared at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And then the squirrel like hopped away, and as squirrels do, like just was like bye. And then the raccoon got like real low, like it, they stand up on their hind legs, Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, he got like real low and then like skulked into the bushes. Like,
interesting.
I'm out. I got spotted by a human.
I just find it's odd that they were out in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Usually they're night creatures.
Well, this guy he wanted to grill a steak, and I don't blame him.
I'm not a fan of him being out in the middle of the day.
Oh, me neither. But I am a fan of grilled steak.
Well, yeah. If he's making steak, I mean, I'll take some.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd share that little.
Yeah, no, that's great.
The righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. Obviously, we like the poors today again.
Right, yeah. No, that's good. I'm glad we like the poor.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say.
Mockers stir up a city, but the wise turn away anger. Nobody likes a fucking mocker.
Yeah, no. I think I can agree with that.
Sure. Be wise and just turn away anger.
I don't know. Yeah, are they actively turning away anger, or are they turning away from anger?
And
if
the mocker
the
is being racist, you should be anti-racist,
right,
and call them out.
That's what I'm saying.
If it's safe to do so.
Like if you're just ignoring the mocker, then you're not good either.
Right.
Well, I mean, you're less than stellar. How's that?
I mean, it depends. Like if they're wearing a Confederate flag and they look like they may or may not have a gun stowed away.
Right.
Sometimes
your
safety.
Right. Yeah. Safety is important.
Yeah. Yeah. If a person goes to court with a fool, the fool rages and scoffs, and there is no peace.
We should have a televised version of that soon.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. The bloodthirsty hate a person of integrity and seek to kill the upright. They're coming to kill me now.
Wait, say that one more time. The bloodthirsty?
They hate a person of integrity and they seek to kill the upright.
I don't know a lot of bloodthirsty people.
They coming to get ya.
Do you know a lot of bloodthirsty people?
No. I
have not met
any bloodthirsty people.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever met a bloodthirsty person.
I don't know that I have either.
Like, most people are not out to kill people in this day and age. Now,
right.
I understand this was a different time. Maybe there were more blood. It must have been a thing, you know?
I guess. It's in the Bible. It must be true. Those damn
bloodthirsty people.
Fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end.
Okay, well.
Sure, whatever.
I mean, but there's not always something wrong with venting your rage if it's justified.
Well, just because you vent doesn't mean you're a fool.
Right. It also doesn't mean that you're not wise.
Right.
You know, I mean,
but they're saying that the fools do give vent to their rage.
Right. But I don't think that's an exclusive thing that they would do.
True.
So I again, it's very...
The wise also give vent to their rage sometimes.
I think so, yes.
Yeah,
because there is a time and place to be wise and share what you're angry about. I think, it is very important that we get out there and protest things that are wrong and bad in this world.
True.
So that's me going out and protesting, and I feel like that is a wise move,
Yeah, yeah.
So...
It's also one of our First Amendment rights. Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Protesting.
Yes, protesting.
Yes.
Although apparently, you know of this law, and I think it's Oklahoma that has this law where it's not illegal to run over protesters if they're blocking the road.
I don't know what state it is, but yes,
I'm pretty sure it was
law.
Oklahoma.
And there's another state that just passed a law that it's actually not legal anymore to protest. You can be considered a homeland terrorist.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sure that these things are under contention from the ACLU and different entities out there that fight this type of injustice, but it's disturbing nonetheless.
It truly is. Them some sons of bitches.
Right? Yeah. These Republican-run states are really going out of their way to be extra shitty.
They like to be a little fashy now and again.
Yeah.
If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked.
I feel like that one is actually true.
Yeah. I'll go with that one. The poor and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives sight to the eyes of both, except for if they're blind, and then
that's right. Yeah.
And then that one gets you.
Yeah. So I guess everybody most people anyway can see. Mm-hmm. Is that the point they're trying? Okay.
Yep. The poor get to see you oppressing them, and the oppressing people can
see them oppressing the people who are poor.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that would be true.
If a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will be established forever. Take care of your people. Sure.
Yeah, that's a good statement. I think
take care of your people will take care of you.
Generally, the majority of people that you rule over, even in this day and age, are going to be somewhat poor. So if you treat them correctly, you're going to have a large group of people that are supporting you, and so I guess that can be true. Sure. Yeah.
A rod and a reprimand impart wisdom, but a child left undisciplined disgraces its mother. You got to beat that baby.
Yeah, apparently.
And scream at it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Please don't do that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Don't beat your baby and don't reprimand him.
I mean, it's shit like that there's always something almost in every chapter that we read that lets you know that this is not appropriate for polite society in this day and age.
Exactly.
So there it is right there.
We have grown past that because we have psychology and we know things.
Yeah.
And we are less douchey than we used to be.
Right.
Because we're no longer living hand to mouth, not like individually, but like as a whole.
Also, we science better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we can spend our time learning more rather than just merely trying to survive.
Yeah.
And in learning, we have learned that, hey, don't ruin people and then they won't grow up to be ruined.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
It's a great concept. Yeah.
Yeah. When the wicked thrive, so does sin, but the righteous will see their downfall. False. Karma does not always happen in front of your eyes.
Right.
Discipline your children, and they will give you peace. They will bring you the delights you desire.
We couldn't just leave it sit at the rod and the whatever, but we had to bring it up one more time, just a couple sentences.
And you know what I mean by discipline, right?
Right. I just mentioned it right up there.
Yeah.
So.
And they'll give you peace. I guess that is true.
I don't think that's so. I think a lot of kids rebel against getting, corporal punishment.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that causes them to be angry at their parents.
Mm-hmm.
I know if I had been beat as a kid, I feel like I would be angry at my parents somewhat a little bit. And I know you don't, like, you had some of that when you were growing up, and it's something you resent very much.
I still resent it. I worked through it.
Right.
But yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, I want to say out loud, as much as we don't like your parents' religion and stuff like that, we have mended many things that happen.
Yes.
Like the things in your past are somewhat mended, but it's not forgotten.
Correct.
So.
Correct. That's a really good way of saying it. Yes.
Right.
Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint, but blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction. That's too many words.
I need that. Can you read it one more time? I'm sorry.
Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction.
Okay, where there is no revelation, people cast off strength, you said? Restraint, sorry. Where there is no revelation. I'm trying to make this work in my head.
So if there's not a specific rule in place to tell you not to be a douche nozzle, then you probably will be a douche nozzle because you feel free to do so.
I see.
But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom and instruction and so behaves even without the rule saying don't be a douche nozzle.
So this is kind of like, it feels like it's touching on the subject of the morality given to us by God.
Yes.
That people claim is a thing.
Right.
So God gives us morality, and if we don't have those inherent rules given to us by God, we can't possibly be good.
Right.
Because they're not available to us as a rule.
Except that I don't believe in God, and I don't need the rules written down in order to behave and not murder people.
I feel like I could live on a secluded island and still know right from wrong.
Yeah.
If I'm just saying, it doesn't feel like, as long as you have some people around you to base a living on, or some basis for a societal norm, you can come up with these ideas on your own.
Yeah.
That's how we did it originally.
Exactly.
We we had to come up with them at some point.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah. So. Exactly. Servants cannot be corrected by mere words.
Oh God.
Though they understand, they will not respond.
Though they understand. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta beat them.
You
gotta beat your slaves.
They didn't straight out say it, but they're alluding to, you gotta beat your slaves, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Beat your slaves and your children.
That is shit.
Yeah,
and I bet that was in that Bible written for slaves back in the 1800s or something.
Probably, yeah.
Because, you guys just can't understand words. That's why we're writing these words down for you, so you can understand that you can't understand them.
Yeah. And also, we have to justify beating you.
Right, of course. I mean, how else are we supposed... What do you want us to do? Talk to you? Jesus Christ.
Or not own you?
Right. What are you, crazy? No, don't slave. That's bad. Yeah. Slavery's bad.
Slavery's wrong, bad, immoral, horrible.
Sometimes the shit that we have to talk about in this podcast, sometimes I just feel like I have to say, we're very sarcastic a lot of the time, but I'm forced to say, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't just let it sit there.
Just checking.
My sarcasm isn't enough sometimes for me to feel comfortable with just letting it sit there.
Just in case somebody out there is new and doesn't know, we're liberal and we're against slavery.
Yes, that is the case right there.
Yes. Cool.
Wait, do you have to be liberal to be against slavery?
I
thought that was pretty much universal at this point.
I don't know. It seems like Republicans want to bring it back.
Yeah,
so
could be right.
I don't think everybody's anti-slavery.
Right.
They're certainly not against child labor.
Right, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And a lot of them want to lower the age of consent for marriage.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm getting all kinds of vibes of maybe they still want slavery. So I don't necessarily think that all of the U.S. is opposed to slavery. No, sure. I don't believe that for a minute.
Right, right.
And sorry, I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. There's definitely a bunch of people, I feel like, if it got instituted again, they wouldn't sweat it.
They wouldn't fight it.
They wouldn't fight it. Yeah.
Yeah. A servant pampered from youth will turn out to be insolent. I don't think that's true.
Well, I mean, they're alluding to the fact that you have to discipline them. Yeah, you've got to keep them in line and make sure that they do the work that they're supposed to do. Again, beating them is the way to go, apparently, according to this.
If you didn't beat them, then you pampered them. Those are your two options.
I think that's what they're getting at, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I'm taking it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we didn't beat our child, but I would not say that they were, quote unquote, pampered or coddled.
No, not at all.
They were loved and respected and taught right from wrong.
Very much so.
But they aren't insolent.
No.
They're actually pretty fucking cool, honestly.
Yeah.
An angry person stirs up conflict. I do. I do stir up conflict. And a hot-tempered person commits many sins. I mean, I do, but only in your eyes, Christians.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't. The sins that you commit are so minimal in my.
I don't think I do sins.
Even if we take the sins that they say are sins, I would say that you have a very small amount, even compared to probably most Christians, that you commit.
That is true. That is true. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gain honor.
Pride brings a person low. So you're not supposed to have pride?
Pride cometh before the fall.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You're allowed to have pride. You shouldn't be prideful. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Don't be a boaster.
Yeah, you don't want to be a boaster, but I feel like that word needs to be redefined in this reading, because I think pride is something that you should be happy to have about yourself, about your life, about things you've done. Like, that's a very good trait. It's just a matter of how you portray it, I think. You don't want to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be holier than thou.
Or conceited.
Right.
Or...
That's holier than thou, yeah.
No, conceited and holier than thou are not necessarily the same.
Okay, it's close, though.
I would say they're cousins.
Okay.
They might even be kissing cousins.
Got it. So like a Rudy.
Don't be an asshole. That's all.
Did you even get that reference?
What's a Rudy?
Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, don't be Rudy.
Yeah.
Don't kiss your cousin. Don't marry your cousin, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
All right. The accomplices of thieves are their own enemies. They are put under oath and dare not testify.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting. Again, it plays out kind of in today's society with Trump again. I hate that so many things refer, like, to me, I can relate so many things to Trump, because he has all these cohorts that are going through this RICO trial and all this other shit with him, and they're trying their damnedest to not admit, at least, that they are turning on him because they don't want to anger him. Right. Because, Jesus Christ, you don't want to anger Trump at you personally. That's you're asking for shit. Yeah. Like, just to be blasted left and right. So that's an interesting statement.
It is an interesting statement. Yeah. I'm happy to see it play out on a live stage.
Yeah.
Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe.
Fear of man will prove to be a snare?
Yeah.
But trust in the Lord will keep you safe. I don't understand what's a snare about fearing.
You're not supposed to... I think that they're talking about trust and fear being the same. Like,
Oh.
because you're supposed to fear the Lord, not
but
man.
not man. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Well, I think sometimes
know.
fearing man is somewhat appropriate, actually.
I am very afeared of people in Confederate flag land.
I will say this. I have feared more men than gods. So.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Right.
Okay. Many seek an audience with a ruler, but it is from the Lord that one gets justice. That's
I disagree.
not true. That is not true at all.
I see no justice from God.
No. And God's not the one that signs my damn paychecks. God's not the one that is going to decide whether or not I rolled through the stop sign.
Yeah, I'll continue to seek audiences with people who are in charge.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that actually matter.
And not only that, I don't really have a fucking choice.
Right.
I mean, even if I'm a Christian obeying everything that God says,
but I
still have to obey man's laws.
Sure, but they're going to claim, like let's say you're trying to get a raise, right? You're trying to get an audience with the ruler, the person in charge, your boss, right? And then you
prayed, and that's why your boss gave you the raise.
Yes, no, that's exactly what they would say. They would say that if you prayed harder and you talked to God about why you needed this, then you could manifest that and make that come true.
Either that, or if it didn't happen, it's because God had a better plan for you.
Right. It was meant to be the other way, not this way, I guess.
I guess that you lose your house because of COVID. And
right, but then, 20 years later, you'll get another house and you'll get a better job 20 years later. And then you'll be like, oh, this is why I just had to suffer all my life until I got this better job. That's why it all happened.
I like the idea of not suffering.
Yeah, me too. That would be great.
Yeah.
I think that's a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay, last one. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
The righteous detest the honest. Let me start over.
Yeah, try that again.
I read that wrong.
Sure.
The righteous detest the dishonest. The wicked detest the upright. So we hate each other. Good hates bad, bad hates good. The end.
Yeah, no, that's too silly. Black and white. Sorry.
That's silly.
That one's a dumb one.
Pass.
All right. So that was Proverbs chapter 29, the last of, what were they called? The further Solomonic Proverbs?
Correct.
Yeah. So that was the last one in that grouping, which means that today is Friday, actually.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So we won't be back tomorrow because obviously we don't do Saturdays currently.
Right.
But we will be back on Sunday with
a Patreon episode.
That's the one. That's the one. And then on Monday, we will we should be back. We will be back, pending disaster or sickness or
whatever else.
Tiredness. I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever God decides to strike us with, right?
But most likely, we'll be back on Monday with
Proverbs chapter 30.
All right. We will see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, it's a Sunday, so we're doing a Patreon today, I believe.
Patreon.
That's right. Yeah. So what are we going over special today for our fans?
Well, you didn't give me anything to go on, so I got to pick, and I decided I wanted to know more about golems.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of excited.
I am too.
All right. Well, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are going to learn about golems.
Okay.
Not Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
My precious.
Did you really just?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was bad. It was really bad.
It was so bad, but it was kind of cute, actually. Do you know what a golem is?
Isn't it a humanoid figure made out of clay or dirt or dust or something like that comes to life because of some Jewish ritual curse thing or something?
Oh my God, that's pretty good. Yeah, actually. I thought you were going to kind of be like, oh no, it's just a magic thing.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I kind of know what a golem is.
Yeah, it's specifically an animated anthropomorphic being in Jewish folklore, which is entirely created from inanimate matter, usually clay or mud.
Wow, I did pretty damn good.
You exactly got it.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with you.
I think I did better than the actual definition.
I wouldn't go that far. So there's this magazine called Moment, which is an independent magazine that focuses on the life of the American Jewish community.
Okay.
And it's not tied to any particular Jewish movement or ideology. It's just straight, like, general Jewish stuff.
Got it. General Jewish stuff.
Yeah.
Got it.
And according to this magazine,
yeah,
the golem is a highly mutable metaphor with seemingly limitless symbolism. And it can be a victim or a villain, a man or a woman, or sometimes both.
Okay.
And over the centuries, it has been used to connote war, community, isolation, hope, and despair.
I see.
And I found that really interesting because I never thought of the golem as being something symbolic.
Sure.
I just took it at face value.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
it's the Jewish boogie monster.
No.
No.
It's more a savior than a boogie monster.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
it's a boogie monster to the people that did bad to the people that need saving.
Yes.
I guess. I mean,
but,
I guess in my head, I always remember golems doing harm to people, but generally it's harm to people that did bad to somebody else. So
right.
I said that wrong, but it was for reasons that I remember them doing harm to people.
You remember the harm part,
yeah,
but not the
right.
why they were doing the harm.
Sure.
Yeah. No, they are actually a savior of the Jewish people.
Okay. All right.
So that's why I had to like stop you right in your tracks and
Yeah.
be like, absolutely not, sir.
No, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. The word golem occurs only once in the Bible. In Psalm 139, verse 16.
Okay.
Which we were like, huh? That's
golem.
The point at which we added that to our list of,
right.
I want to know more about that.
Right.
It uses a word that means my light form or raw material, connoting the unfinished human being before God's eyes.
Sure.
So it's created in the image of man, which is, created in the image of God.
Right. And according to Genesis, that's from dust and whatever. So,
correct. So before God breathed his breath into man and gave man life.
Essentially, man was a golem.
Right. And that's why when we create golems, we cannot breathe life into it.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay. So they're saying that humans can create the image of man, but they cannot breathe life into that.
Correct. And that's why it'll be lacking a soul.
It's an interesting concept, given that we're going into AI and
I'll get there.
Okay.
Yep. I will get there. Yes. Now, the Mishnah, which is one of those many writings about the Torah, okay, uses the term for an uncultivated person. Okay.
Sure.
So it's used sometimes as an insult, like you don't know any better, you're just a golem. Okay?
Yeah, no, I like that actually.
Right? I'm going to start calling people that. Like, you're not just a dumbass, you're a golem.
Uncultivated person.
Right? In modern Hebrew, golem is used to mean dumb. Oh no, what happened?
Well, this is a special Patreon episode actually. Which means that they need to go to Patreon and subscribe as a patron in order to listen to it.
Okay, well, I guess that we are going to go do that now.
Yeah, just head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse, become a member for as low as $2 a month, and you'll have access to all these special things and goodies too. So, go do that.
So this was just a teaser.
Yeah, teaser.
Okay, just
Bye.
checking.
Okay,
Bye.
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 Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.